5:21 here on the Michael K. Show. It's time for the Mark Sanchez Report.
Mark, I heard a tremendous story about a young Jet fan who passed away recently. There's a moment of silence for him before the game against Buffalo, and I know you were close. You did some extraordinary things, going to his house, making contact with him over the last couple of weeks of his life. I mean, how do you do something like that? I mean, you're such a busy person, but how important is it for you to be able to use your celebrity to be able to make somebody feel, that good? Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that story, because I thought it was fascinating.
My man Aiden, breaking my heart. He's he's so tough. Excuse me. He brought me so much inspiration, and it's hard to talk about him. He meant the world to me. I felt like I've known him forever, and I barely met him. And just in those couple weeks of knowing him, I saw his personality. I saw his competitive spirit. I saw him fighting every day, and I'm complaining about his shoulder. Are you kidding me? This guy's 11 years old. I think he was 11 years old and has cancer eating at his body. And this kid's fighting every day. He's smiling every time I talk to him. I visit him at his house. I mean, he has to get carried up the stairs at times because he's so weak, and all he wants to talk about is LT and Darrelle Revis and Rex Ryan and me. And I mean, oh man, it kills you just thinking about it. And I love him to death. His family's so great. They were so nice to have me over. And I got his wristband on. I've been wearing it. We'd text back and forth. He would just text before the games, and I'm sitting in my locker getting ready, going over the game plan. One last time, and he's texting me asking about the weather, and he said, "Man, it looks cold out there in Pittsburgh. I'm glad I'm watching from home. Good luck," and just little stuff like that really fires you up. And it came at a time for me. We lost 2 tough games. We get smacked by the Patriots up there, and then we come home and have a terrible day on offense. And I'm not a happy camper. I'm upset. I'm frustrated. I want to make it right. I want to just hurry up and play another game. And all I hear from someone is, there's a youngster who's terminally ill with cancer, and all he wants to do is meet you. And I mean, it just changes your whole world. It stops everything. And you think about, you get a chance to step back, and it was really close to my heart. And sorry I went so long on it. He's just he's the best. So I love him, and his family's going through his services, I think, tonight and tomorrow. So we're sending them our prayers.
Well, that's a beautiful story, Mark, and it's great that you, as somebody who makes a difference, can make a difference, and you choose to make a difference. And I know that, as Don said, your day is busy, and for you to do that, that's a beautiful thing. And we send out our condolences to Aiden's family, and we wish you the best of luck on Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
You got it. That's Mark Sanchez, and the Mark Sanchez Report telling me the story, Don. I had not heard it, where Mark actually went to visit him.
Yeah. And
the youngster was sleeping. And rather than leave, he said, "I'm just going to sit around and wait till he wakes up." So, I mean, I'm not saying that these guys, are busy 24 hours a day, but a lot of athletes are not going to choose to do that. And for him to do that, it kind of speaks something about what Mark Sanchez is about.
Hey, he came to the facility, he hung with them for an extra 20 minutes, and that could have been enough for a lot of people. But he wanted to go the extra mile, and to be able to share a cell phone with the kid, too, must have just thrilled that kid to be able to talk to an actual NFL quarterback. And the great thing I think about it is, this all came out after he had passed away, and the family wanted to get the information out there. So this was something that was going on for a couple of weeks. He's talking about the Pittsburgh game. The Pittsburgh game was 3 weeks ago.
Right.
So this was not promoted by the Jets. This wasn't something that Mark Sanchez brought up. This was just something between him and the kid Aiden, and then it was the parents who felt that story had to be told. So it wasn't done for publicity. It wasn't done so the world could know how great a guy Mark Sanchez was. It was truly a gesture that shows you how good a guy Sanchez is, because it was done for all the right reasons, and it didn't come out until the family said, "Hey, people need to know what a great guy this person is." So I thought that made it even more special.
I always go back to this thing that former Yankee manager, now the manager with the Orioles, Buck Showalter, told me. He said, if you do something good for somebody, and anybody other than you and the person you did it for knows about it, you probably did it for the wrong reason. So Mark Sanchez, as Don said, did not make that public. The family did, and a tough time for the family today, as Mark said, they're having services. So Mark is taking a bit of Aiden with him with the bracelet that he wears. So again, our condolences out to that family. Must be